I don't normally get on Reddit, but when I do, it's to look at the Army Reddit page and see like the foolishness that's going on there. It's always something wild, like funny. Like it's never like normal post. Well, it is occasionally, but for the most part, it's like not normal post on it. Army Reddit. They said if this gets 1,000 upvotes, I will volunteer to go to Kuwait for the next 119 years. What? Mission location Kuwait. Okay. It's not OPSEC. It's borderline OPSEC, but luckily they blurred out everything and they got 3,000 likes. So wait for the next 120 years for them. Somebody said y'all are a bunch of freaks. Young, been in the Army for 2 years, mobilized. I don't know if it's female or it's normal, but I do not. How to train your what? What a terrible day for eyes. You know, what a terrible day for eyes for us, and a terrible day for eyes for them as well. Eyes and ears from what they heard. They said stop being freaky, which I mean, after the stuff that is described, like I don't blame them. I don't know. I guess like people in the Army is like a little bit more vulgar than civilians, so like hearing all this is probably gonna be like a shock to your like system, honestly. Somebody said their boyfriend arrested for desertion. They're not in the Army, but their partner is. They've been together for 3 months. The whole time he's not been back to his camp. I didn't ask much about it, but he told me it was mental health reasons. Today I had the police at the door and he got arrested. Assuming he hasn't been back for 5 to 6 months based off what you calculated. What happens now, I'm super worried. So basically what happened here was he went AWOL, bro. And the person who posted it, like, they don't understand how the Army works. You can't just leave. Like, you can't just be like, all right, I'm gone. I'll be back when I feel like it. Like, you under contract, bro. So like, you can do better. You can do better than somebody who's gonna go AWOL, because you see they just got themselves arrested, bro. It's nothing good comes out of going AWOL, even though a small percent of people get away with it. But don't try it. That's like trying to rob a bank. Like, you probably not gonna succeed, right? So are you sure he's even the Army to begin with? Somebody said this even happens in combat. I thought it was mostly a joke. 56 hours since your last downtime. Mission was still not over. Did y'all shave today after going on a however long mission? Yeah, 56 hours since downtime. Yep, that seems about right. I'm not saying it's right that that's what they're doing and that's how your server is moving, but yeah, that's not surprising at all, actually. Somebody said, what are new soldiers like nowadays? You getting a lot of those. What's the quality of new soldiers? Pretty sure I'm the reason why the chain of command drinks. Well, I mean, based off like the 6 years that I've seen, I think all the new ones are pretty much the same. Yeah, but just a little bit of less like being overall squared away. Because like basic training nowadays, they can pretty much breathe and they'll pass. Like if you're breathing, you pass, you graduate. Congrats. But besides that, I think they're pretty much the same. It's not like they're worse. They're just slightly worse. Unnoticeably worse. Bro said I lost my job recently. That's the first sergeant. And became a first sergeant. If you come into the 82nd, I'll be your first sergeant you meet. Hit me up with any questions. Okay. Why did he? So he said he'll be the first sergeant you meet if you're coming to the 82nd, but he blurred his name. But he has his face. So anybody that sees him walking around is gonna see his name. It's kind of like, why did you blur your name if, I don't know, first sergeant, good on you though. Airmen now have to run faster than soldiers. It's cap. Has to be capped. There's no way. I seen the Air Force do their PT test. Well, it just changed, but before it changed, I seen them do that years ago. They got to run like 1.5 miles or something like that, and they're over here. I'm like, bro, we got to run 2 miles, and y'all over here dying over 1.5 miles, bro. With more time to run 1.5 miles, bro. But what is it saying? 2 mile run, passing times. Okay, ours is 1957. Theirs is 1945. Them 12 seconds. Them 12 seconds make a difference, bro. They said the army accidentally separated me while trying to transfer me to Korea, bro. How do you get accidentally separated, bro? And S1 accidentally like hit honorable discharge instead of PCS. How is that even possible? Someone put a code in wrong and I got separated from service. I won't be paid. What? So I just straight up left work and went home. Some of them say he just run. Honestly, that might be a sign, bro. That might be a sign to just be like, I guess it's time to get out. That might be a sign. Them messing up like PCS orders. That might be a sign to get out, bro. But I didn't get paid for a few months in 2018 because they said I was dead. How is this paperwork getting messed up like this? Let me get my SGLI pay. That's 500,000. That's 500,000. But they would have caught on, and then they would have been like, "Give us our 500,000 back after you bought the Corvette." Feel you, bro. Feel you. Should I re-enlist for 3 years in Poland? I just left there about a few months ago. I wouldn't recommend enlisting for there, but go to a unit that's gonna deploy there, which is a whole bunch of units now. Go to one of those units and deploy for a few months, come back. I wouldn't re-enlist for the base in Poland though, because 2 years in Poland, that's too long. Or 3 years, yeah, I'm good. I'm good off that. Some people might like it, but it's just not my cup of tea. Just finished NTC. Why didn't you guys tell me this was hell on earth? Lost us for 4 days, ran out of food and water. Tombstone got yelled at for doing a non on a dead person, bro. And this is a fake dead because it's like it's a simulated combat, so the person wasn't actually dead. Yeah, it sucks. If y'all didn't know by now, like NTC sucks, and they're talking about sending me back for a 3rd time. I'm not trying to go, but yeah, it sucks, bro. Somebody said we did tell you a lot, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it sucks. Got hit by LMTV and got out. So basically, the LMTV driver made a mistake. Wasn't the dude riding on his motorcycle. He was in the right. LMTV driver hit him. He got 100%. It's a win-win. It's not about the destination, but the journey. You should get a settlement, not just $3,500 a month. I agree. You should get some settlement out of that, as opposed to just the VA 100%. You should get that regardless. That should happen even after you should get the settlement for getting hit by LMTV, and then you should get the 100% for the rest of your life. I said, will CIF charge me for this? And this is celebrity signing his ACH or the helmet. Well, they shouldn't, because they're not signing the actual helmet. They're signing the cover, the OCP, like the uniform cover that goes on the outside. And if they do, just show them these pictures around. Just show them at CIF. If you don't know what CIF is, that's like where you turn in all your gear after you're done with your contract. Yeah, I would never turn that in though anyway. I just tell them I lost it. Because you sell this helmet after it got signed by these people? Yeah, Humvee is not an amphibious assault vehicle. Who and how? This is like what we have to say this is what we have to say in the Army a lot of times. Who and how? If I had $1 for every time I had to say that, like who and how, bro? All right, buddy. Why do you got the old ACU thing on still in the big 2025? Him too. All right, who's the PV2 that made a diss track about the ACU? So they like hang these up and they explain the reason why people got Article 15s. PV2 got a company grade Article 15 and suspended. I mean, not demoted to E1 for disrespecting the NCO through a diss track. Bro, how did they find out? One, are they listening to his music and they heard it and it was like, wait a minute, this is about me. And then So somebody had to listen to his music, hear the diss in it, and then send it up. So they sent it to like their first sergeant or whatever. Like, hey, look, this soldier's dissing me in this song. And then he actually got an Article 15. And so much that had to go wrong for this, where you'd end up getting an Article 15, bro. That's wild, bro. I mean, I feel like you should be able to make diss tracks about your leadership, bro. If they did something you don't like, you should be able to make a diss track about it, bro. Unless he's saying something crazy in there. But if you just like, you know what I mean? Somebody else ready to get out, I feel you. Somebody said, can you claim autism with the VA for all the Tylenol the medics gave me every time I complained about pain? Well, it's usually ibuprofen, but they gave you Tylenol. It's supposed to be a plus. But, yeah, somebody said, where'd you get the Tylenol from? I only got that. That's a good question, though, honestly. Somebody said, can you identify these? No. My roommates with vapes. So I have a problem. In the AIT, all 3 of my roommates have vapes. A lot of the vapes are being found, and they said if they find a vape in my room, everyone in the room is getting Article 15. I don't want to snitch, but I don't want to risk my career for some goobers who can't go 6 weeks without flavor air. Should I go to my chain of command, or should I just ride it out? Alright, so that's actually common. That was happening in my AIT. But so like even if they find theirs though, see that's why the rule is messed up, because if they find vapes in there, they should be like, all right, whose is it? Because it's 3 to a room in AIT. They should be like, whose is it? It's one of those 3. I don't know. I guess they're thinking they're gonna lie, but you can be like, it's not mine. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think of any other scenario than snitch, because if you snitch, bro, you have to live with those 2 other people who have it for the next few months, bro. And they're probably not gonna be happy about you getting them Article 15. I don't know, it's probably the best choice. He said, talk to your roommates to get rid of them. If they don't, do what you must. I don't know. I wouldn't advise snitching though. I don't know. You might as well just start vaping at this point. Everybody in the room's doing it. I once got smoked for saluting a microwave. So basically, they made a joke where they saluted their food in the microwave, and then they got caught, and then they got took outside to get smoked. But the thing is, like, the person who caught them was laughing. Like, they was laughing when they saluted the food, and then I guess they're like, you know what, we're not doing that. Go outside, bro. And he end up still getting smoked. Oh, that's kind of wild. The day you realize you're done in the military. I've had a couple of those days, and I'm still in. Just signed a new contract. 19-year-old sergeant, bro. How is that possible? Okay, he joined at 17. I'm running early from a waiver. Oh, this dude is a 19 and a E5 sergeant. I'm 25, and I mean, good for him. I'm not hating, but wow, a teenager sergeant. What the heck? All right, with that being said, I'm hop off. But yeah, it's never nothing normal going on there, which is why I like going to it every day and checking it and see if I'm gonna end up on there one day. But if you want to see me like react to like more military stuff, click that. But for now, peace.